what's up everyone? GameDad here, coming at you guys with a brand new PC build video. This is one of my students at the martial arts school. This is Zach.
Hello.
Hi. So he is going off to college and he wanted a state-of-the-art gaming PC to take with him. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to get some good time-lapse footage, putting his PC together, and we're going to get it built, get everything installed for him. That way he can have a rockin' time down at college.
Disclaimer, this is for my major. I'm an animation major, so... yeah.
There you go. You got to have a good machine.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
And plus, we all know it's going to be for gaming. I mean... All right, so come with us as we put this thing together. All right, so here is everything that is going into the build today. Got a fun little stack of parts here. So starting off to the side right here, we have the Logitech Z207 speakers. And then right here, we've got that ROG Crosshair 8 Hero. Moving on for the mouse, we've got the Corsair Harpoon RGB Pro. Right here, of course, we have the 3rd gen Ryzen, the Ryzen 9, and that is the 3900X 12 core. So that's the same one I did in my build recently. Over here on the case, we have you can't see it in this shot, but we have the Fractal Design Focus G case. Got some good front I/O on there, and then it's got the see-through side on it. We have 32 gigs of Ballistics RAM. Got a battery backup sitting down there. That is a CyberPower 1500. Right in front of that, we have the GeForce RTX 2070 Super. Rocking a Samsung VNAND SSD, the 970 EVO. So you got that NVMe M.2. Got a 2 terabyte drive right there to go alongside that. The Corsair LL120 RGB fans. Got a Pioneer Ultra HD Blu-ray drive. We have the Vara Red Dragon RGB keyboard. Moving on, we've got a Corsair RM650X power supply. Then we have the Corsair RGB ST100. Got that headphone stand right there. And then right here, the headphones to go with it. Got the plastic on the box still, but that is the Corsair Void Pro RGB, the wireless headphones. And then to see everything, we have a pair of Samsung UHD 4K 28-inch monitors. So that is everything going into this awesome build today. And we're gonna start unboxing stuff and get it all put in the system. All right, so we are gonna start by taking off the side panel on the case, and we have some fans that we need to get installed. And once we do that, then we're gonna start on the motherboard and get everything all hooked up. So we're just gonna dive right in and start doing that. Alright, so now that we got the side panels off of this case, we have a couple of fans that it comes with right here. I don't really know anything about these. It looks like they are light up kind of just generic RGB fans, but we're going to get those replaced with these Corsair LL120s. So here we go. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and unbox these Corsair LL120 RGB fans. Got a little 3-pack of them right here. So we're going to crack this guy open. Give a little unboxing experience as we go through all of this. Lots of yellow. Corsair likes their yellow. All right, we'll look at what that is in a second. Here are the fans. Those have a nice opaqueness to them. Oh, and they feel so much smoother than those Fractal Design ones that came in the case. Nice. Awesome. So right here, let's see. Make everyone cringe as I cut this open. That is the most awkward tape. There we go. That'll do it. Alright, so in this box, we have all of the screws. Here's the sweet little controller for everything. Another piece of the controller, it looks like. Got our screws, extra cables, tie everything in for power. Of course, the manual. Those come in handy every once in a while. And then inside of one of these, we have the fan and its cable. Nothing like a simple unboxing. All right, so we're gonna get the rest of these all unboxed and we're gonna start installing them in the case now. All right, so we got the fans installed. There we go. There's that back one. We got our two front ones. It'll be covered by the grill. And we got the airflow going in them so that it will go through the front of the case, cross over the board and it's cooler, and then hot air sucked out the back. So next up, it is time to get the motherboard installed. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so we are going to open up the Crosshair 8 Hero, and we're gonna get that board out so that we can start setting it up, get some components on, and then get this guy into its case. So, here's Zach. He wants to open his new motherboard.
I insisted. All right, we doing this facing the camera? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. It's hard because I can't see where I'm
I wonder if it's taped. No, no tape.
I was gonna say, pretty sure it's not. I checked. I stole a peek in
Nope.
here.
Right here.
Okay. There we go. That.
Nice piece of plastic covering it all.
It seems disproportionately like spaced out for.
Oh, of course.
Is there something in here that I'm missing? Or?
No.
Okay.
So with this, this is, if you watched my build video or my Crosshair 8 unboxing video, I'll have a card above for those. This is the same board. The only difference is it just doesn't have the Wi-Fi module on the back. Other than that, it's the same thing. You get the same standard VRM cooling. You actually have your fan on the chipset here, so that's nice. You got your different PCIe 4 lanes. Just like in my build video, it has these pre-installed, and what we're going to do is, I believe we'll actually be able to leave these here when we install the CPU, because we are not doing any kind of water cooling on this. This is going to be an air-cooled PC, and yeah, we're going to get this all out of the box and get all of the RAM and drives and everything all installed. So Zach, go ahead and take that out of the box.
Okay. Where from? Just here?
Yep.
I don't know what I'm not supposed to touch.
Don't touch the gold parts.
Okay. They look more
Zach has never built a PC before,
I've
so he's new to this.
actually, no, that's a lie. I have seen the inside of a computer.
He's seen the inside of a computer. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get this box out of the way.
Okay, I touched something on the bottom. I don't know.
Oh, it'll be all right.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna go right here, and here, I'll show you guys again. It's in the other videos, but we have all that excellent I/O on the back right there. Tons of ports. More than you could ever possibly need, and his case is a lot like mine. The board has so much front I/O that the case can't even handle all of it. So he won't have any shortage of ports. So we're gonna go ahead and zoom in on this guy, and we're gonna get some parts installed before we throw this into the case. So first up right here, we have the 32 gigs of ballistic. And we're gonna go ahead and throw that memory in. Open these up. And let's see, from what I remember, it is these two slots right here. So when we throw these in, if you're going 4 sticks, we'd be able to just throw it in all 4.
Right.
I had that same issue with mine. Man, it is difficult to get those to line up. That guy in. Crunchy. All right, so got that in. Now, what we need to do is actually get the CPU prepped and ready. We're gonna throw some Cryonaut on there. That way we get the best performance we can get out of that contact. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna unbox the CPU really quick. We'll set this aside. Unbox that CPU, and we'll get it installed and prepped.
All right, I also insisted on opening this because
It's pretty.
Yeah. Okay, so and I also snuck a peek at this one too because I was checking for a game code that came with the promotion. So that's pretty much the whole thing right there.
Yep, right there we have 3900X.
Yep, and we have
excellent CPU. I have been getting amazing performance out of this CPU.
Okay, good to know.
And then right here,
this guy. This is the cooling fan dingus. Where is this going?
So this right here.
This is an odd angle. I've never shown things at this angle before.
We're gonna pull this guy out. So this is the Prism Wraith cooler that comes with pretty much every AMD CPU now. So this is the cooler that we are gonna throw down on our board. It already comes with some thermal paste on the bottom of it, but I like to do my own thermal paste. Nothing against AMD, but I like Cryonaut's thermal paste better. So we are gonna get this pad cleaned off. We're gonna get the new Cryonaut onto the CPU, get it loaded in the motherboard, and get this bad boy mounted. All right, so we got the 3900X all installed. We got the Cryonaut on there. I have installed a couple of the cables for the Prism Wraith cooler, and we are gonna get this guy mounted really quick. So I'm gonna pull all this out of the way. Smush that guy down. All right, so we got that guy mounted on there, and we're gonna go ahead and hook up the fan header. If I can get my gigantic hands down to the tiny little plug. And if I don't cut off my light so I can actually see it. There we go, fan header installed. And then it has a couple little power cords, one powering from USB and the other one to power the actual RGB of the fan. And the cable management is ugly right now, but it will be fixed later on. We'll get everything all nice and tidy so you don't see it. But in the interim, the cooler is installed, CPU is installed, we got the memory installed. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the M.2 drive installed. We have to take off the whole plate and fan area for the chipset that's right here. And once we get all of this out of the way, we will be able to drop that M.2 down in there, and then we'll be ready to get this installed into the case.
Put some royalty-free music.
I like to use Henry's music.
Oh.
Hatton. You know Henry Hatton?
I don't know much royalty-free music.
No, Henry Hatton from Carmel.
Oh. I do not know of him.
I met him.
He is currently a senior now? Junior? Senior?
Oh, at high school?
Yeah.
I don't know. My brother's a senior.
He's one of the black belts at the studio.
Yeah.
Here's my brothers know.
I'm sure they do.
Were you at the Fiesta at all?
No. I literally like landed in San Francisco like after the Fiesta.
Oh.
It's like my dad like drove from the Fiesta.
Okay. Damn, I thought you came in like a day before. You missed it. I was in the package.
All right, so we got the NVMe drive all installed, got that fan plate back onto the heatsink, and we are ready to get this installed into the board. So that's what you're gonna see next. All right, and it is time to get this board dropped in. So we're gonna take this, let's see if we can just drop it directly into the case, see what kind of heart attack we can cause for Zach. Get these fan cables out of my way. I vote I just toss it in and see what he does.
Probably couldn't do much.
He looks real sad right now at the prospect of that. So we're gonna set this in here. There we go. Get some of that cabling out of the way. And we have a little bit of that plastic film. Gonna take that. Beautiful. Get the rest of these guys out of the way. All right. There we go. Almost completely sitting on the standoffs. There we go. Okay, so we got the board lined up. We're gonna go ahead and get all of the screws attached. So I'll get a couple of these harder to reach ones in the back, and then since this is Zach's computer, he can screw the rest of them down. Especially that way, if he drops a screw in anything, it's his fault, not mine. All right, so we got the board all screwed into the case. So now what we're gonna do before we start plugging in everything else for the front I/O and all the USB headers and everything, we are going to go ahead and get the GPU installed, and after that we'll start doing basic cable management. That way we can get all of that going. So we are gonna move on to the GPU now. All right, so Zach is a total copycat. He got a very similar board, the same CPU. He also got the same GPU, but you know, you gotta go with the good stuff. So go ahead and pull that GPU out, Zach.
Just going with what you recommended. So this is the 2070 Super. If you have the same thing and you're unboxing it, be careful because it's actually rooted in at the bottom. I made that mistake when I opened it and I almost dropped the thing on the ground. So
That would be an expensive.
That would be a $500 mistake right there. So there's this guy.
That beefy boy.
Beefy boy, yeah. I don't know where we're putting this, but he looks cool, so.
You know what? That's all that matters. If it looks cool, then you know your computer is good.
Yes.
That's why we add lots of RGB.
Now, yes, okay, there is stuff in here. So be sure to take this little tongue thing and pull it out because there's stuff in here.
You get a little, your instruction manual, you get a little adapter, all that.
All that.
All right. So we are gonna go ahead and get this guy unwrapped, and sorry for the plastic sounds. I'll try to be quick-ish anyways. All right, boom, right there, 2070. If you have not seen the unboxing for that, go check that unboxing out. I do a nice little quick one. And do you want to peel off the cellophane?
There's cellophane on it?
Yeah, that's what protects the mirror. This is the best part of any build.
Oh
yeah,
look at that.
Look at that mirror finish. That's beautiful. If you get a glare in the screen right now, you deserve it. All right, so we're gonna get this guy installed, and then it's power supply, wiring, all of that fun stuff. And then we get to see it work. But we're gonna go ahead and get these little brackets out of our way so we can get the GPU in. Remember, it's totally okay if screws fall onto your motherboard. No, that's not true. Don't listen to me. Okay. Come on now. There we go. Okay, now let's get these wires out of our way. Cable management coming soon to a case near you. That was good. They're looking at me like I'm an idiot. Dad jokes for the win. There we go, GPU is installed, so now we're gonna get that big old power supply taken out. We're gonna start getting everything wired up and go from there. So the next time you see this, we will have the power supply in, we will have everything all wired up, and I will give you all a shot of what it looks like before cable management. That way, after the fact, you can see what it looks like with cable management. So, we'll be back soon. All right, so we got everything connected except for just running the actual power cords. As you can see, it is a nice big cable mess. So we're gonna do some cable management, get everything all tied in, and then we will show you guys what that looks like. All right, so we got all of the cables all tied up on the inside. Kind of hard to tell through the side panel, but got everything good to go. So next step, we are going to get this all hooked up, everything installed, and then we will give you guys a performance benchmark using Cinebench. All right, so we have everything all hooked up, wired up. Time to turn it on for the first time and see if this guy will post. There we go. Ooh, lights. That is counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Apparently when the indicator light on the monitors is off, the screen is on. And here we are, we have BIOS.
Happy.
Okay, so it posted successfully. We have everything coming up on the screen for the BIOS, so now it is time to run a Windows install. So we are gonna rock that right now. All right, so we have everything all installed, everything is updated, ready to go. So we are going to run a Cinebench score. We just finished the overclock, so let's see what it does. All right, and that finished up. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna get in and show you guys what that score is. So as you can see, that benchmark is done, and Got a score of almost 7,000 right there. That is an excellent score. 6987, running on that Ryzen 9 3900X12 core. Got that good little overclock going on it, up to 4 gigs across all 12 cores, running that 2070 Super. That is an excellent benchmark. All right, so we are all done putting Zach's new PC together. So, I mean, we got an awesome benchmark score out of it. Almost 7,000 on the latest revision R20 of Cinebench, which is a phenomenal score, especially for what he paid for all this stuff. He was right around a $2,000 build on there. So excellent PC, and I think it's going to serve him well for, you know, his school work. I'm sure there's going to be some gaming going on there. So, are you happy, Zach?
I am, yeah. It's weird just looking at it and thinking that's my computer. Like that, I've had laptops since I think the 5th or the 6th grade. So having something of that capacity, of that size, that can handle that much just raw power,
yeah,
it's just mind blowing to me. And I can't wait to start, you know, experimenting and, you know, doing homework. If you know what I'm talking about.
Homework. Yeah. All right, well, Zach, it was a pleasure to help you put this together, man. And I look forward to seeing what kind of animations and all kinds of stuff you come up with at school.
Yeah, sure. I'll be sending you emails and all that good stuff.
Perfect, sounds good. So if you guys liked today's video, please be sure to let us know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, please be sure to also hit those like and subscribe buttons, as well as that little notification bell so you get an alert every time I got a new video coming out. Now, as always, I'm GameDad. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later.